I do monthly previews of the night sky and cover all kinds of astronomy events like this on the channel, so if that's something you're interested in, make sure to subscribe so that you never miss another video or live stream. I also have Instagram and Twitter or X accounts, so if you like to follow me over there, that's another great way to get astronomy content. The links for those will be in the description box down below. And now let's get back to talking about the January night sky. So let's move on to some other objects in our solar system this month, beginning with our closest neighbor, the moon. For its phases this January, we're going to start with a full moon on January 3rd, followed by a last quarter moon on the 10th, a new moon on the 18th, and a first quarter moon on January 25th. The moon also makes several close passes to other objects in the night sky this month, beginning with Jupiter on January 3rd, M44 on the 4th, Saturn and Neptune on the 23rd, M45 on the 27th, and Jupiter again on the 30th. Speaking of the moon, we're going back to the moon this year with NASA's Artemis 2 mission, a trip around the moon which will pave the way for astronauts to set foot on the lunar surface for the first time in over 50 years in 2027. I will be covering it all right here on Orbit Insights. I will have a series on the Artemis program, the first video of which will be up on the channel depending on when you are watching this, and I will also be attending the launch in person, so you will be getting live coverage of the Artemis 2 launch from the Kennedy Space Center and around the Cape, so make sure to subscribe so that you never miss a moment of humanity's historic return to the lunar surface. Hopefully soon after this we'll be heading to Mars as well. One planet that we cannot go to though is Jupiter, and on that note, let's keep talking about the planets. Our second comment of the month is C2024E1, and it will only be visible for those in the southern hemisphere. This is going to be a tough target to get, with the best views being about an hour after sunset as it moves above the horizon and farther from the sun, with your best chances to catch it being in the last week of the month at around magnitude 7. For a deep sky challenge this month, let's go outside about an hour and a half after sunset on a moonless night and look up until we come across the constellation Oregon. Situated between the constellations Gemini and Perseus, let's begin by finding it with the unaided eye, where you'll probably be able to pick up the two brighter stars in it, Capella and Elnath. Get out a pair of binoculars and scan the area of space in between these two brighter stars. Depending on how dark your sky is, you might come across some small, faint, fuzzy collection of stars. Moving up to a telescope will reveal that these small fuzzy collections of stars are actually open star clusters. Let's begin near the star Ilith with an eyepiece giving around 50 times magnification. Work your way over until you come across the pinwheel cluster and its Experiment with magnifications, but for instance, I tend to observe most open clusters at around 100 times magnification with my 8-inch telescope. From there, move up to NGC 1931. This nebula might show up as a faint cloudy region depending on your telescope size, and more importantly, the light pollution that you're fighting against. Next up, you'll find open cluster NGC 1893 and a smaller open cluster NGC 1907. So that's a wrap up of what you can see in the night sky for January 2026. What do you think? What are you excited to observe? And how excited are you for Artemis 2 and the fact that we could finally be going back to the moon starting this year and then land on the moon in 2027? Share your thoughts down below, subscribe today, and if you want to learn more about the Artemis program, you can check out my video on why we're going back to the moon right now.